Hey guys, what is up? Appreciate you tuning back in to Bearded Girl RC. So this should be a pretty quick video, at least planning on it. So we're just going to look at the Project IJ, where you guys probably seen videos of this on YouTube. Already a bunch of builds. Not many people have actually done a build video, which this is not. There's a reason for that, but I wanted to show what this is, and then what the future is going to be. So, this is my Project IJ. Fully 3D printed. I did all the parts on a Bamboo Labs Mini, A1 and A1 Mini. You could probably almost print this whole thing out on an A1 Mini, if that's what you have. I would recommend at least a Bamboo Labs A1 or at least a 3D printer that size. Or bigger. So this thing came out awesome. I love how this thing came out. It's pretty heavy. So that's one thing with a 3D printed body. Like hard bodies, they're going to be heavier. The thing is pretty heavy. So the cool thing with Project IJ that I really like is the creator of this has all different types of files for parts and accessories for this. There's other people that are making parts and accessories for this truck. And there's also extra parts for it. You gotta register your build to get the extra parts, which I do have some on here. I've also got some of the extra file parts that are on here. As the seats, the hood, the door, the roof, the grill, the tube fenders. So the light bar is from Overreach Designs. They make the light bar for this truck. You can also print the light bar, but they already do all the wiring and stuff, so I'd rather just take it the easy way. The windshield is also from Overreach Designs. They make the windshields, they're cheap. It's like you get 3 windshields for like $3. So I didn't realize you got 3 in a pack. I ordered 3 packs and I now have a lot of windows or windshields for this truck. So hood opens up. So there's 2 versions. You can make one where the hood opens, or one where the hood stays closed. You got to remove the body. Now the body can be mounted by magnets or hard mounted. I wanted hard mount because to me magnets, no matter how strong they are, if you roll and you're trying to get the truck to move or whatever, a lot of times the body comes off. So this truck actually has working hood latches. You gotta undo the latches to open the hood. There are magnets up here in the front. Also, the doors open. Those are held on with magnets as well. You can have an opening tailgate, but with a hardtop roof, the tailgate sits up in it, so you can't open a tailgate. I did print out the opening tailgate until I realized it doesn't open with the hardtop on. I got the square taillight files, full detailed out interior, which I think came out great. And then passenger side is CB radio in the dash. The headlights and the cow lights there, or whatever you want to call them, those are from Muse Racing. There's another file to make the Muse lights work in this grill. So I think it came out great. So the reason I wanted to show you this, guys, and the reason I'm not doing a build video on this body, I wanted to build one first so I knew what I was getting into. Because I definitely ran into some things. There's no issues. Everything goes together really well. The instruction manuals are very well together. But what I ran into was I ordered all the hardware for the build that is listed in the manual. And then once I realized, I started going through the extra files that I bought and we're going to put on this, I kept having to order hardware. And that's the only about the part that becomes a pain, is if you're getting extra files. Now, if you build just the IJ body, the basic one, your part list should be pretty much fine. But if you go to get the extra parts, the extra roofs, the doors, all this, whatever else you want to add to it, and there's a lot of stuff you can add to this body now. you may need extra hardware, so just be ready for that if you're going to build one. I'm going to be doing a second one. I'm going to do a build video on the next one I'm doing. I'm hoping to start that in mid-December when I plan to. Because this one is going on a TRX4 Sport chassis. The other one is going to go on a SCX10 Pro chassis. I want the one on the TRX4 is going to be portals. The one on the Pro chassis is going to be straight axles. So, and I do want to build one completely different. I want to have a different design. It's not going to have this roof on it. It's not going to have these doors. Not going to have the grill, the hood. It's going to be a completely different build. All in all, though, it was a lot of printing. So get ready for that. It's a lot of printing. Especially if you wanted the detail to be good and look very clean. It takes a while for the prints to print out nice, and clean and smooth. But all in all, the build is not hard. The instructions are very easy to read and go through. The parts fit together very well. I only had one issue with parts, and it was actually the doors. There's a groove, like an edge on the front of the door. It wouldn't let the door close. All I did was take a Dremel. It took me 5 seconds to Dremel off the edge. Doors were perfectly fine. That is the only fitment issue I had on this whole build. So, they did an amazing job designing this thing. I will put a link in the description below to the You Imagine page for the IJ. You're more than welcome to look on there and see if there's anything that you might be interested in. If you have a 3D printer, now you can buy the bodies by, there are authorized sellers. You cannot just print these and sell them. It is copyrighted, but there are authorized dealers for the IJ body. So if you don't have a 3D printer and you want to do one of these, there are sellers you can go buy from. You just got to go through the correct sellers to buy them. But if you have a 3D printer, you can print your own. It's copyrighted. You can't sell them. So, so pretty much, should do the body now. So I'll show you. I did add some scale items to it. There's a first aid kit between the seats, stuff like that. So, this is the chassis. So, there are some modifications to get this to fit on a TRX4. Gotta cut off the frame rails here in the rear. Right after the shock towers. Now, there's 6 magnets you can mount. I'm hard on mounting mine, so I'm not using the magnets. 2 here, 2 on each skid. Now, this is a Sport, but I did put a 2-speed in it. I wanted a 2-speed transmission. You can mount your battery back here, or you can mount it up here. I wanted it up front because it goes under the hood. It's easy to get to with the hood opening. So I wanted everything to be accessible right here. So even my receiver and the on-off switch for my 2-in-1 is up here. And there's the bumper that you can print out for this. And again, all in all, this is very simple. Everything went together very well. Everything's got designs to it. So if you have the 2-speed, you have, now this one I didn't print it out, but there is a part for the 2 servos if you have the locking and unlocking differential and it tracks. I didn't want that. I just wanted a 2-speed. But there's also wiring, like a section to run your wiring and little tie downs and everything to clean everything up. So he really thought this stuff out. And all the design work. There's chassis kits for the TRX4, a couple of Axials, a couple of the Vanquish trucks, I think a G-Made truck, maybe an Element. There's tons of them. There's so many trucks you can put this body on. And it fits right on. Very cleanly. So I'm going to get the body mounted. I wanted it off. I had to do a little bit of work on the truck, installing the scale stuff. And I just got the magnets for the seats today. But I wanted to show you guys the chassis while I had everything apart. So, and that is the other thing, is the seats, which I like. So they're in there. And these magnets are really good. So you can take the seats out. It's 2 magnets on the bottom. And the other thing I like about the seats is they're designed so you can attach a harness, a scale racing harness seatbelt on it. And I like that you can take the seats in and out, because then you can swap out a driver, swap out seatbelts. If for some reason your seats break or something, you can swap them into that truck to another, or swap in a new seat, whichever. So I think that's cool. That is an awesome design. And the nice thing is, if you want to do that, you don't have to take the whole truck apart. You literally just pull the seat out. So we're going to put this together, and you guys can see it on the chassis, and then we'll go ahead and pretty much end this video. Alright guys, so there it is mounted up. The only thing I don't care, main thing I don't care for is how far this bumper sticks out, but with the TRX4 chassis, kind of stuck with that. Or just not having a bumper at all. But there it is. Wheelbase looks great. Of course, all the lights are on. Everything's super bright. Let me actually turn these off so I don't keep blinding the camera. All in all, the thing looks great. I love how this thing turned out. Can't wait to try it on the rocks. As heavy as it is, it makes me a little worried, but everybody that's built one of these has said they work amazing on the rocks, so guess we'll find out. Yeah, so that is the Project IJ. This course already built. Like I said though, I wanted to build one first so I knew what I was getting into and wanted to see if I wanted to do a lot, like a build video on one of these. I think I definitely want to. It's a cool build. It's actually really fun to put together because it's like a puzzle. There's a lot of pieces. There's so many ways to build this thing to be completely different than the last one. So, all in all, we're going to see how this thing does. And just keep testing and modifying, really. Because that's the nice thing about this, is you can just start, I don't like this hood, pull a couple screws out, put another hood back on. I don't like these doors, take a couple screws out, doors are gone. You can just keep modifying and modifying and modifying, changing it year to year, however you want. Just running the basic chassis and then changing out parts here and there. So, all in all, the only thing, if you guys want to do this on a TRX4, in the parts files, there is spacers. You have to buy the, there's a long arm kit, the rear links. You gotta buy longer links for the rear, which are listed in the instructions. You don't have to try to figure out which one. The number's right there to buy. You buy those, you take them apart, you put the 3mm spacers on each side, extends the wheelbase out 6mm, gets you the correct wheelbase for this build. Sport wheelbase is too short, but all in all, it works. It works perfectly. So, alright guys, well I appreciate you watching, and like I said, stay tuned if you want to see the actual build of one of these. I want to get everything ordered beforehand, but I also have a vacation coming up. So I gotta order everything after I get back from vacation. But I'm hoping about mid-December to towards the end of December to actually start doing the build video series, I guess, on this. I don't know how many videos it's gonna be, but I'm gonna try to at least 2-3 of them, because there's a lot of you don't have to modify the frame on the SCX10 Pro, but there's a lot of work that goes into it because there's a lot of parts that go onto that chassis to mount this body. So that's probably going to be a video. The body's going to probably be another video, because there's a lot to this. So stay tuned guys, there's more coming up here very soon. Appreciate y'all watching. Have a great one. Bye.